All right, hello everyone. A very good evening to all of you. I'm sure most of you are waiting very patiently for today's webinar as well, and I'm glad to see that. So, welcome all of you. I hope my video and audio both are very much clear. Please keep your pen and papers ready in front of you so that you can make notes. And I can see a lot of, hellos and good evenings, highs on the comment section. So good evening to all of you, whoever is commenting on the comment section. So yes, welcome to the webinar, guys, once again. And we bring you this daily webinar in the month of June. We have already started with it. And now we'll proceed with it for the, further and rest of the month of June. So we'll be covering IELTS in detail, okay, for all of you, so that you can prepare with us in this month of June. And maybe if you're willing to take your IELTS exam in the next month or in any coming month of this year, then this I must say these classes will be very much helpful for you. And as you already know, or even if you've missed it, I'll let you know that these classes are free of cost. So we have launched these free Shiksha IELTS classes for you so that you can attend them and practice from our free sample papers. And still, if you have any doubt, then you can get in touch with our free expert counselors. So yes, so without any further delay, let's start with the today's class. And the topic for today's class is these, the topics which you can see here right in front of you. So I'm sure you will be seeing, a lot of headings right now in front of you, like match the heading, match the features, match sentence endings, and match the information. Then I'll give you some, scoring tips and strategies for the same. And then we'll do some, I'll show you some sample question and answers. And of course, in the end, we'll be having doubt clearing session. That means I'll be giving you some time in the end to ask your doubts and queries so that you can put them on the comment section, and then I'll answer them one by one. All right. So without any further delay, let's start with the class. But before that, I want to, remind all of you that people who have joined us and people who are willing to join us for future as well, or if you want to see the previous webinars which we have conducted, everything is given free of cost on our page and as well as on our YouTube channel. Okay. So for that, you will have to click on the link below, which is given in the description. So please click on the link which is given below so that you can, get access to everything. All right. So I would suggest all of you to be attentive during the webinar so that you do not miss out on any points. You'll get time to ask your questions. So for now, I would like all of you to hold on your comments on the comment section and focus on the PPT. Okay. So we are starting with today's webinar, and the first topic for the webinar is match the headings. And these are very crucial questions, guys. Reading is one of the difficult exams, so do focus on them. Match the headings. Let's read about it quickly. What does it, hold? Everything about it. So IELTS academic reading match the headings is one of the 14 question types of the IELTS reading module. In this question type, you are required to match the list of headings, that is 1, 2, 3 in Roman numbers, to the appropriate paragraphs like A, B, C, and so on. Chosen headings must convey the central theme of the paragraph. Skim the passage to understand the gist of each paragraph to identify the correct heading. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to match these Roman numbers with these letters, nothing else. Now, next passage, in the match the heading questions, you will be given paragraphs with clearly identified themes and a list of headings. You can approach this question type in two different ways. So let's see what are those two different ways. Read the passage, understand it, and match it with the suitable heading. Or the second one is read the headings, underline the keywords, and identify the suitable paragraph with the help of keywords. So keywords are mainly, your words which you require for your answer. They can be highlighting words, they can be synonyms, they can be paraphrased words. Or they can even be simple words like always, often, few, some, must, maybe. Okay, all these words. Why? Because these simple words also change the meaning or the context of the passage or the text. Okay, so please look out for these words. Now let's see what are the tips for handling such kind of questions. Do not pick up a heading only because it has one or more words from the passage. They may lead to a wrong answer. So look for the gist. Gist is basically your summary of the text. Okay. A major detail in the paragraph can also be the heading, but only in the absence of central idea. Generally, the first sentence of the paragraph introduces the main idea, but selecting the heading by focusing only on the first sentence could be a mistake. So this is a very great tip which I have listed down here for you. Why? Because many times I have seen the candidates, they are picking up their answer as for the match the heading question by just reading one or two sentences. That's not the case. You should read at least one or two in the beginning and one or two in the end. Okay, the sentences in the paragraph or in the text, just to understand what is the context of the passage. Last tip, or the fourth tip, I must say, sometimes the first sentence refers to the previous paragraph. So look for the signpost words in the paragraph, such as however, although, additionally, so, etc. These words indicate the progress of the passage. Progress means the continuation. Okay. So for example, however indicates a shift in the focus of the paragraph to a contrasting idea. Okay. So however word is always used in contrast of something, or when you want to contradict your idea to something else. Okay. Now next tip is read the first and last sentences of the paragraph to understand what the paragraph is actually about, and skim through the middle of the paragraph in order to assure your understanding of the paragraph. If two headings seem to be correct, reread the paragraph to select the most suitable one. The goal is to understand the paragraph as a whole. Don't baffle your mind with each and every single word. It consumes your time. So there is no need to, guys, this is a very essential tip again. So no need to read each and every line in your passage. That is not required. It will just waste your time. Okay. So focus on understanding the main idea of the paragraph instead of looking for the heading related words. Grasping the main idea is crucial to identify the corresponding headings. As there are extra headings provided in the question, first try sorting out the extra heading and then proceed with the matching. Now, another set of tips. Remember, there is only one match the heading available for every paragraph. Okay. So if you're not confident with your chosen answer, move on to the next question. You can always come back to the question that you didn't answer. It prevents you from wasting time and mental exhaustion. So if you're stuck with any of the questions in match the heading types of questions, then please do not waste your time finding the headings for your answers. Just do whatever you see is easy for you and leave the rest for the last one. Or maybe just guess the answers for that time and move on to the next set of questions. Because otherwise you will waste a lot of time, and in reading you get only 1 hour to complete your paper. Okay, in your IELTS exam. So next tip is paraphrasing helps you to understand the precise meaning of the heading. By identifying the gist of it, you can relate it to the paragraph's main ideas that you found by reading. Use the summarization technique. The practice of writing passages in your own words will help you to understand the main idea of the passage. It helps you to guess the accurate heading of the passage. After you choose the heading, cross it out on the text booklet, or it will confuse you in the process of choosing the headings. So as you start getting the answers for your match the heading questions, okay, everyone please listen to this tip, very important. So after you have started, getting your answers for match the heading questions, keep eliminating the ones which you have used, because you will get many options for choosing your answers, but out of those many options you have to choose only one heading. So as you keep getting your answers, just keep crossing out those answers so that you do not confuse yourself in the process of finding more answers. Now let's see what are some challenges faced while answering matching the heading questions. So there are some difficulties which the candidates face. Let's see what are they. So first one is there will be more headings than what is required. Hence, it may be difficult to narrow down the correct heading. There could be similarities in headings. It could consume your time as you need to distinguish the main idea from the extra information in the paragraph. There will be a possibility that you could confuse the main idea of the paragraph with the specific details in the paragraph. Sorry. So what you have to do is you have to, segregate or separate two kinds of information in front of you when you're looking for the answer. One is important information and one is which is not required, so unimportant. Okay, so you have to segregate and you have to select which you need for your answer. Now let's see what are few skills which are needed for solving these kind of questions, match the heading. So skills required to answer match the heading question. First is time management. Time management is very important. Second is comprehension skill. The way you read, the way you understand and analyze your paragraph, that is also very much required. Third is knowledge of synonyms and paraphrasing skill. So synonyms are basically the words which are similar in meaning but different in spellings, okay, or in context. Whereas, paraphrasing skill is something, you can say paraphrase means, using your own words or using your own phrases which you know instead of what is given in the question. So not repeating the words, maybe, changing the words, but the meaning remains the same. So that is what paraphrase means. Attentiveness and patience, of course, this is required for all kinds of questions, not just match the headings. So here I have listed down one, set of questions for all of you so that you can understand how your match the heading questions will look like. We will not solve these today. We will solve it once we complete the reading module as a whole. So I'm just showing you as a sample question. So you will get something like this. The reading passage has 6 paragraphs, A to F. Okay, so there will be 6 paragraphs given to you and they will be listed as A till F. Choose the correct heading for paragraphs A to F from the list below. Write the correct number 1 to 9 as your answer to each question. So you can see that list of headings have been given here. So I have just listed 1 to 5 till here and there are paragraphs from A to F. So you have to just, put one heading as for one paragraph. So you will just write 1 in front of B, C, whatever you think or feel is the answer. All right. So here I have listed down 2 answers as well in case you want to practice from these questions. So you can just come back and check your answers later on. Now we come to the next part of our webinar, which is matching the features. Okay. So if you have missed out on this video, which we have just started, no problem. You can always go back and, re-watch it. But I would suggest you to be online because I give many other tips which are not here in the PPT, as well as I, give you some time to ask questions as well. So please be here with me so that you can ask your doubts and clear them off right away. Coming to matching the features, and yes, also click on the link below, guys, in case who has just, joined the class for our free access to the sources. Matching the features. Now let's see what are matching the features. IELTS reading matching features is a question type in the IELTS exam where you will match a list of options to a relevant set of statements. Okay. The IELTS reading matching features questions is an important question type in IELTS. So now you know why you need to focus on this PPT, right? So in IELTS reading matching features question, you will be matching the statement with the relevant features listed based on the reading passage. So you will be given a passage in each matching features question type, and the question will contain a list of statements and sentences and also a list of people, materials, or any feature related to the statement from the first list. Okay, so you have to match the statement with the correct feature given in the second list. So I'll show you the sample question as well. Please do not get confused. Let's focus on the tips and strategies for now, and later on I'll show you the sample question. How does matching the feature question look like? Okay, just after this. So let's look at the tips first. You should be able to scan through the passage to look for information given in the question. Now, if you're attending my webinar for the first time, I have already told the meaning of skim and scan, synonyms, paraphrasing, and a lot of other words as well, distractors, qualifying words. All of these are very important for your IELTS exam. As a candidate, you should know what are these. Okay, you do not have to learn them, but you need to understand them so that you can use them wisely in your exam. Now, what you can do is you can just click on the link below, which is given in the description, and you can go back to our, previous recorded sessions, which we have on our YouTube channel with the same name, Shiksha Study Abroad. So why am I telling this? Because I'm not going to repeat the words again and again, but just for your summary, scanning is just, underlining or highlighting the information. And if you want to know the detailed information about it, then you can go back to the previous videos after obviously attending the live one. So coming back to the tips, everyone, you should have a good vocabulary to identify the synonyms of the words in the question. Okay, underline the keywords in the question so that you can know what to look for in the passage. After reading the question, have a look at the options where you can choose, then read the passage to find the correct option. Skim through the areas of the passage that have, keywords or features. So skim again means just glancing over the paper quickly or having a look at the paper, like what kind of questions have come up and what kind of answers do you need. Do you need dates? Do you need numbers or words or how many words? Okay, all of this comes under skimming. Write the correct letters in the answer sheet. So all these are the tips. Now, next set of tips. Don't look for answers in any order as the questions will not have any particular sequence. The exam is time restrictive, so you have to read the passage fast. Here you have to, everyone, this is a great tip. Let me tell you that you need to have a very, very good reading speed. If not really good, then at least a basic reading speed. And if you want to practice more of, reading passages, then just download our sample papers and start reading them. Also try to watch a lot of English movies, British movies, as well as, read newspapers, journals, magazines, because that will just increase your speed of reading and it will help you in your IELTS reading as well. So don't be confused in case the passage has synonyms or words from the passage. This might be just, given just to confuse you. So if the keyword comes multiple times in the passage, you have to read the surrounding information. Again, very important tip. Now let's see again what are the challenges which the students face while solving matching features question. So to understand the strategies for solving the problems, this is first one, searching the answer from the passage correctly. Third, struggling to understand the meaning of sentences and not able to follow the instructions carefully. So again, instructions play a very important role. For example, in instructions, always it will be told to you in the IELTS reading paper. When you just, skim through it, you will realize that there are instructions given to you on top of every passage or heading. For example, how many words to use? Use no more than 2 words and or a number, or use no more than 3 words. Use only 1 word. Okay, so these kind of instructions are very important to gain good marks in your reading. Now let's see what are some skills required to answer these kind of questions. Scanning the paragraph for names and features, identifying paraphrasing and synonyms, finding the meaning from a given text, noting the important or highlighting information, time management, good vocabulary and paraphrasing. So good vocabulary does not mean that you have to learn a lot of words. No, that is not required. Not even in reading and listening and speaking. Okay, you just need to understand few basic words, and if not basic, then at least words which are coming up regularly in your IELTS exam. So that will only happen once you start practicing enough so that you can have an idea what kind of words come in the exam. Okay. Now again, this is the kind of sample question which I have listed down for you. So you can see here something like this will be given to you in the paper as well. Write the correct letter A to E on your answer sheet. Note, you may use any letter more than once. That means you can use A, B, C, D, E in front of 1, 2, 3, 4 more than once. For example, A can be the answer for 1 as well as 3 or maybe 4. Okay, you can use it more than once. That means twice or thrice. But yes, if this thing is not given to you, if this note is not given to you in the exam, then please do not repeat your letters. Only you can repeat the letters if this sentence is given to you. You may use any letter more than once. Okay. So guys, please Please, I would request all of you to wait for your questions patiently till the end. So once I finish the webinar quickly, I'll come back to your questions on the comment section. Okay? So don't worry, I'll answer your questions one by one. Now we come to the next part of our webinar today, which is match sentence endings. Let's see how do we solve them, but let's read about it first. So IELTS academic reading matching sentence endings requires you to complete a list of incomplete statements with the correct endings from the given list. Here, your ability to understand the main concept of reading passage and interpretation skills in finding the correct sentence endings are tested. In IELTS academic reading matching sentence endings, you will be given the first half of the sentence and the remaining sentence has to be completed by choosing the correct option from the list of headings given below. So read the text and use the keywords from the passage to choose the correct answer. This is one of the IELTS academic reading question types where students struggle to answer and consume most of the IELTS academic reading sections overall time. So as you know, as you can see, it's written in front of you. This kind of question is also one of the trickiest questions. Let's see what are some strategies and tips to solve it because you will be requiring it, right? So let's read it one by one quickly. First tip or strategy is this question set requires you to complete a list of incomplete statements with correct endings from a list. Read the incomplete question statement and judge what it expresses. Example, cause, consequence, purpose, or contrast. Go through the list of endings. You can see some options which are unsuitable grammatically and contextually. That is, they do not make any sense. It is safe to eliminate them right away. Eliminate them means to cross it away. You do not require them. Okay. Now, identify the keywords in the question statement and look for words or phrases with the similar meanings in the passage. Read this portion of the passage and find the information that completes the meaning. Select the ending that conveys the same meaning. So as you can see, what kind of tips and strategies are needed here, please apply them one by one to these kind of questions. Remember, there may be some endings that contain keywords or information from this part, but they may be only partially correct or irrelevant. Also remember, the question statements appear in progressive order, but the options are jumbled. Before you look at the endings, try to guess how the sentence will end. The question at the first takes more time because more options are given to work out for. But when you fix the correct answer for question 1, the upcoming options will be reduced, thus making it easier to find options. So this tip means that once you start finding the answers to, sentence endings, you will have less options and less answers to be completed. So that will just ease out your confusion. The confusion will only be there in the initial stage once you start finding the answers to, match the sentence endings. But once you start finding them, they will gradually decrease in number and it will be easy for you to find other answers, right? By only matching the words, you can't, form the complete sentence. So don't just pick the words matching. Instead of finding exactly the same words, find out whether the examinant would have used synonyms or paraphrases. Begin looking for suitable matches now because most of their grammatical structure or meaning, many possibilities will be incorrect. Let's see what are some problems which generally candidates face. So trying to complete the answer by logic or by using grammar, it is a test of understanding the given text. Forgetting to match incomplete sentences with the endings instead of trying the endings to match with the text. Many people waste their time in finding the exact matching words in a sentence. So please start looking for synonyms and paraphrasing words. Please do not look for exact words in the sentence in the passage, because whatever words are there in the question will not be in the same manner in the sentence, in the text. It will be paraphrased and will be used as synonym. So please do not start looking for exact words. You will never find them. Okay. So start paraphrasing them. Failing to ensure the grammatical structure of the two halves of the sentences. So once you finish writing your answer after completing the sentence in the blank, just read it once and see if it is fitting grammatically correct. Okay. You need to have a grammatically correct sentence. If it's not, then that means your answer is wrong. Coming to the skills which you require for solving matching sentence endings: finding synonyms and paraphrasing, skimming, understanding the grammatical structures, visualizing keywords, and taking the theme of the passage to make a prediction. Prediction means to guess. Now here I have listed down one sample question. Complete each sentence with the correct ending A to G below and write the correct letter A to G as your answer to each question. So here are questions 1 to 5 and A to G are the options. So you have to select from A to G and write your answers in front of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. So this is how you match the sentence endings. So one part of the sentence, maybe former or the first part, will be given to you here, and the latter part will be given to you here. We come to the next part and the last part of our webinar, and then I'll give you some time to ask your questions. Till then, if you have not registered with us, please click on the link below to get access to every free resource of us. Free webinars, free recorded videos, free sample papers and assessments, and of course free counseling sessions. So yes, let's move on with matching information. Matching paragraph information questions are another type of question that comes up regularly in the IELTS reading test. Unless you have a good strategy for tackling this kind of task, you can easily lose a lot of time on it. Okay, so you will be given a set of 3 to 6 statements. You are required to match the information in each statement to matching information in a paragraph in the reading text. Now, what are the key tips to follow it? The answers will not come in the same order in the text as the order of the list of statements. So some paragraphs may not contain an answer. Okay, so that is why I'm telling you not to read each and every line, because that will just waste your time. It might happen that there is no answer in that paragraph and you're just reading it away. So that's a very much waste of time. Okay, please do not do that. A paragraph could contain more than one answer, and the answer will not necessarily be in the main idea of the paragraph, as in matching headings questions. In matching information questions, you will be looking for specific information. That means something in particular. Okay, so some students confuse these two types of questions. So be sure that you know which one are you answering. Do the other questions on this text first. Each text will have several types of questions attached to it. So if you do the matching information question last, you will have a good understanding of the passage by the time you get to it. So this will make it easier and quicker to complete. So we always suggest the candidates to do these kind of questions in the end, because till then you have read, almost every paragraph in detail. If not in detail, then at least you have the idea of the context of which is being talked about in the paragraph. So till then you are aware of many points and you can easily, match your answers. That is why we suggest doing matching information question in the end. Even if you get it, in the initial stage of your paper, keep it for the last moment. Keep these questions for the last moment. Okay. Now, next set of tips. Expect a lot of synonyms. Be particularly aware of information that can be represented in words and figures. For example, half can be written as a half. 15 degrees can be written as 15 degrees in words. 69% can be written as 69% in words. So for example, in the question, if it's written like this, then in the paragraph it can be written like this. So please do not start, finding or searching for half 1 by 2. Please do not start searching for 15 degrees in numbers. It can be written like this as well. That is why I'm telling you to paraphrase and use synonyms. Okay, instead of looking for the exact word or number. Usually you'll find the matching information in a phrase or whole sentence and not in an individual word. Search for the easiest information to match first. This will usually be in a statement that contains keywords that are easy to find in the text, such as names, numbers, places, and dates. This way, if time runs short and you're forced to move on before completing the question, you'll at least have, picked up the easiest marks rather than wasting a lot of time on difficult questions. You can narrow down the match of statements and paragraph by a process of elimination. For any specific statement, there will be paragraphs that are clearly not a match. So please do apply elimination method. That is very, very important. Elimination method means once you have found the answer for a particular option, strike it out so that you do not get confused when you come back to the question for that particular option. Okay. Now coming back to the skills needed for this kind of question. So this type of question tests your ability to skim read for general meaning, scan for specific information, read in detail to find answers, and identify synonyms and paraphrasing. Now this is the kind of matching question which I have given to you as a sample question. So you will get something like this: match the following paragraph headings with the correct paragraph in the text. So you'll have to match these headings A till G with the paragraph. So paragraphs will also be given to you, okay, and they will be numbered, or either they will be given in Roman numbers, and you will have to match these options with the headings. Again, same as in question 2 as well. So here the question is slightly different. In which paragraph will I find the following information? Give the paragraph number as your answer, and numbers may be used more than once. So again, they have told you that you can use numbers more than once. So that means the number in the paragraph can be used more than once to match with these options. Okay, A to F. Now here, as you can see, as a sample paragraph, first and second, these are two numbers located for these two particular paragraphs. So something like this will be given to you in the exam as well. So you have to match paragraph 1 with either A, B, C, D, E, F, G, okay, and again with A to G with these 1 and 2 paragraphs. So right now I'm not solving them, but yes, I'm just telling you so that you know what kind of questions to get in the exam and how they will look like. So guys, this brings us to the end of the webinar, or the PPT, in fact, I must call. So yes, now you are allowed to ask questions. I would really respect and appreciate if you can, just stick your questions to the webinar itself for today's webinar. If not, you can ask me anything related to IELTS exam as well. So yes, please start. I would love to answer your questions now. So the first question which I can see on my screen is, which score is the best to get a full scholarship for the universities? Well, every university has a different, degree and different arrangement, different requirement. So please talk to our expert counselors who would help you to gain knowledge about it. They will tell you what kind of bands do you need, how many bands do you need, and which college and university would be the best for you. So if you want to get connected to our expert counselors, please click on the link below for the free Shiksha counseling. Okay, the link is given in the description below this video, live video. Okay, so if you want to know anything about other exam as well, GRE, GMAT, SAT, TOEFL, PTE, so please click on the link below again, and you will get connected to our counselors, and they will help you out with the other exams as well. And yes, we have the free sample papers as well. So you can download those free sample papers from the link again. That will help you to practice, and you will have, a lot of material till the day you sit for your exam. So if you want to know more about matching information, I think first you should go through this PPT, which I have just shared with you, okay? And if not, we can just look here. So matching information is nothing but, you have to match the information which is given in the options with the passage, okay? So for example, a writer's name is given to you, and in the options there are some dates, maybe when he was born or when he did some research, something like that, okay? So you have to match the information for that particular writer with the dates or with some research which he has done. So those research and dates will be given to you in the options. So this is how you match the information with the particular number. So, what is the proper source of vocabulary? Well, there are many sources, but I think, as per my personal experience as well, I have suggested my candidates to reread the sample answers, be it for reading, be it for writing or listening. Go through a lot of sample questions and answers in your reading, listening, and writing, because there are few words which get repeatedly, encountering by the candidates. They regularly encounter the same words, so this is the best source. If you practice enough, so you will get many words in front of you, and you'll realize that how many words get repeated in the daily practice. Okay. And secondly, you can read other magazines and journals, and also you can watch a lot of English news and BBC news, something like this, which will enhance your vocabulary. So I would not suggest anyone to read or make a list of 100 words and just, read it and just learn it by heart. No, I never suggest that. Maybe just start with 1 or 2 words on a daily basis and gradually increase the number if you can, according to your own capacity and capability. But yes, please do not, learn it by heart. That will not help. Whatever new words you learn, just try to use them on a daily basis and you'll get used to it. Yes, so I will discuss each question type also after I will finish the reading module. So most probably on Friday we'll be having that assessment session in which I will be discussing at least 1 or 2 questions, and we'll be solving it together, you and me, here on the live chat itself. So I'll be giving you 1 or 2 questions from each category of questions, and we'll be discussing it along with the answer. So how can you start preparing with your IELTS exam, even if you're, in your first or second year? That's not an issue. So you can always, go back to our free sample papers. You can also practice from Cambridge IELTS book. I have listed down many vocabulary books, many practice session books, apart from our, own sample papers. And I have given the detail of those books and references in my first webinar, 1st June. So please go back to that link, and the link you'll find in the description below. So all the recorded sessions of previous webinars are in those links. So please click on the link if you want to get in touch with those webinars as well. There I have discussed all the books, okay, from where you can practice. So those books will be the best source. Length of each paragraph is not determined, but yes, there will be small paragraphs as well. Mostly academic people get long texts in each of the sections. There are a total of 3 sections in reading, and academic candidates get 3 long passages in each of the sections. Whereas in general training, first 2 sections are shorter and crisper, whereas the third section for general training is same as academic, which is the long section. So academic candidates do get a little bit tougher paper, but the marking is usually easy. There is no exact number of the words, okay, for the passage, but yes, this is the scenario which you get in the exam. So which is the best score in the IELTS exam? Well, there is no best score or there is no average score. Everybody has a different requirement. Some people require 6 to pass, or some people require 8 to get into a college or university. So for that, you will be needing help for help with our expert counselors. So if you want any free counseling session from our expert counselors, please click on the link below. So every solution for your question, every answer to every one of your question is there in the link. So for a first timer, if you're willing to prepare for your IELTS exam and if you're willing to sit for your IELTS exam, then I would suggest go for paper-based test first. And, God forbid, if you're not able to pass, then maybe second time you can go for CBT, just to save your time and, the length. Just to save your time. So, yeah. Okay. So when is the IELTS exam? Well, IELTS exam happens around 4 times in a month. So you can calculate it, as per year as well. So it happens a lot of times in a year. You just have to select the date as per your own convenience, date and the center. So that you can do by going on the IDP link or by talking to our expert counselors who would help you with the dates and exams. So if you're willing to be a teacher and you're willing to, get on a certificate to become a teacher, then IELTS bands, again, it would be the requirement of the organization where you're working or where you're, willing to apply. So if you're willing to apply to some university outside the country or maybe within the country as well, then you should ask that organization or that particular company or institute what kind of bands do they require, and then start preparing accordingly. Okay, because there are different bands for every different college, university, organization. So yes, there is no particular fixed band for everyone. Everybody has a different requirement. Ma'am, can you share this PPT? Yes, of course, this PPT is present in the video itself. So you can always pause and play and, according to your own convenience. All you have to do is just register on the link which is given below this live video. And by clicking on that link, you will get access to every free video of ours, even this one, okay? And every video which we'll have in the future. Yeah, of course. Even if you're just looking for the general training exam, no worries. We are covering up every module here, and these questions can come up in your general training exam as well. So I would suggest all of you to go through our webinar, very closely, very strictly, especially if you're serious for your IELTS. These webinars will really help you as they are for free. So please do make use of it. Okay. Yeah, so if you need any assistance on the agent from Canada or Australia, then definitely for your application process, for your visa process, our experts are there. Our expert counselors are there to help you. So please, if you want to get in touch with them, click on the link below. So, and also someone is asking about the books and references. Please click on the link below, because we have the first webinar, the 1st June webinar, which we had. In that, I have, explained in detail and given you a lot of sources and books from where you can practice. Also, we have our own, YouTube channel where you can go and subscribe so that you're updated whenever we have a next webinar. Okay, so if you want to get updated on these free webinars, please click on the YouTube channel, subscribe with us, and also please click on the link. It will take you to our page and you can get free access. Yes, so we are talking directly, right, on the comment section. So talking directly to any candidate of ours, that is always the, that is always against the rule of the company or the organization where we are working. So I would strictly allow all of you to just comment on the comment section. All of your queries will be answered. I'm trying to answer every question. So in case if I miss any, just type your question again. Okay, that's not an issue. So we still have 10 minutes to go, guys. So keep bringing your questions. So I might miss out on some questions because I'm trying to answer all of them one by one. But yes, in case I miss, please comment it below again. And in case the webinar finishes and you still have, a lot of questions, either you can get in touch with our counselors, or if you want to ask any question here, then even if the webinar finishes, you can still ask the questions here and we'll answer it in no time. Okay. So all your answers and queries will be answered. Is it mandatory to write IELTS exam when your education was done in English? Yes. So first you need to finish your, degrees, or maybe at least basic level of 12th class. And then you need to apply for your IELTS exam. Because there also they ask for your graduation degree or marks or scores, okay, grades. They ask for that. Difference between academic and general training test is, academic is basically for candidates, especially for students who want to study abroad. Not just students, anybody can, be willing to study abroad. So it's for that. Even if somebody wants to do their higher degrees, post-graduation, graduation, or study in any of the college and universities, Academic is for those candidates. And general training is basically for people who want to migrate to other country simply and live there, work there, or stay with their family, getting PR, all of that. So general training is for them. Okay, so what is the cost of IELTS computer-based exams? According to Indian rupees, it is around, between 14,000 something to 15,000. Okay, it's between 14,000 something to 15,000 point something. So you can just Google it either, or maybe just talk to our counselors to get the accurate number. And this number which I have given you, this is in terms of Indian rupees. Okay, so if you want to calculate it in your own currency, then you must use the currency converter, or maybe ask one of the counselors to help you. So for computer-based exams and paper-based exams, the currency or the amount is same, okay, for IELTS exam. But it's different for other IELTS exams like Life Skills and UKVI. Certificate is valid for 2 years. That means after you have given the exam, you can use that scorecard of IELTS, or you can use that certificate for 2 years. But after it expires, after 2 years, you have to give the exam again. If you are willing to migrate to some other country and they need IELTS, then you'll have to give it again after 2 years. Okay? Any other question, guys, which I have left out, and in case you want to know the answer for that? So I'm sure these videos will help you guys. It's just about your patience level and of course the confidence in you, which makes you drive through this journey of IELTS. So I am with you in this month of June as well as in the coming months as well. So we are planning to have more webinars, after seeing your well-lit response. So yes, we are willing to do more for you, but not just these classes, it's also about your practice session. So after looking at these videos, these recorded webinars, please do practice by yourself. Okay, and if you want to know more about the books, you can go to the first webinar, check out the books and start practicing, because not just watching will help you, you need to practice as well. If you're not implementing the, videos which you're watching, if you're not executing it in your practice session, then this is of no use. So yes, these will help you, but only in the cost of your practice. And also after, practicing, you will have doubts, I'm sure. So that is why also I suggest my candidates to practice continuously, so that if they have any doubt in any of the reading questions, they can come up the next day in live chat and they can ask me the doubt, right? Okay, so someone is asking, when should I take my test? I'm planning to take for 24th Jan intake to Canada. Okay, I think you have a lot of time right now, right? 24th Jan, you have a lot of months left. So I think that is a very good way to prepare your IELTS. You can just plan your module month-wise or maybe day-wise, week-wise. And then you can, I would always suggest my candidates to go for their IELTS exam once they are very much confident in themselves. Once they think that yes, they can achieve it in one go without wasting any money and time and energy of theirs, then yes, just go for it. But if 1% also you think that you're not ready for it and you're struggling with your answers, you're struggling with your writing and speaking, then please do not give the exam. Watch these videos as many times as you can, practice continuously and thoroughly, and then sit for your exam. Because that will not waste your time, energy, and of course money. So if you want to save on these three, then please do take it seriously. Again, I would like to repeat it in the end, that we have free counselors helping you 24/7 for your IELTS exam as well as other exams as well. So if you want to know more about IELTS exam in detail, and if you want to know about colleges, universities, dates, when our exams held, then please get in touch with our counselors, expert counselors who give you free counseling. Okay. no cost. So for MBA, we need to write IELTS or GMAT. Well, again, please get in touch with our counselors. I think those would be the best people to answer these kind of questions. If you have anything, any doubt, any query related to IELTS exam in specific, then please ask here on the comment section. Or if you have any doubt related to today's webinar or any other webinar, then please ask here. We still have 2 minutes, and after that we'll wind it up. So I hope these videos are helping you if you have seen or watched the previous videos as well. So till now we have covered a lot of questions of reading, and further also, in the coming days in this particular week till Friday, we are going to cover up all the questions of reading, and we are going to finish the reading module within this week. Okay, so Friday will be the last day for reading, and next week we are starting with the listening module. So please keep your focus on those modules in which you are willing to focus on, which you think they are your weak areas. So please do attend the videos, and you can click on the notify bell as well, so that you are notified when you are willing to join our live classes. Also click on the link below to get access to our free webinars, free Shiksha daily classes, IELTS classes, and so that you do not miss out on any of the webinars which we are having in the future as well. So just click on the link and subscribe with our YouTube channel as well. So we have a YouTube channel with the same name, Shiksha Study Abroad. Click on that, subscribe, so that you get notifications for these webinars. So someone is asking, planning to take coaching in Shiksha Center directly. Please let me know the fees for coaching, madam. Well, that is really sweet of you to write here, but unfortunately we do not have any training sessions as of now. Hopefully we'll have them in future, and hopefully I'll be the trainer itself for all of you. But yes, for now you can get in touch with the counseling team. They will help you out how you can prepare with your IELTS exam, okay, without the training sessions as well, offline. Of course, we are having it online, and we'll be having it in future as well, and I'll be here to help you, don't worry. So just subscribe with us so that you join our daily live classes, so that you can ask me your queries and doubts daily. I can clear them here in front of you there and then, and also you will have access to free assessments as well as sample papers. So yes guys, that is all from my side. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it will be very, very fruitful for all of you. And yes, best of luck to whoever is going to give their IELTS very soon. Keep asking your questions here, even if the live video is over. You can rewatch the videos as many times as you want. It's present for you free of cost on our YouTube channel. So just subscribe with us. And yes, so with that, I wind up today's webinar. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining this webinar. I'm glad to have all of you here daily. And yes, we'll come up with some other topic tomorrow with the same module, IELTS reading, and we'll cover up the other question type tomorrow. Okay, so thank you so much again, guys. It was lovely meeting you. Take care, all of you. Bye bye.